All right, so the Critics' Choice Awards are coming up here very shortly on Sunday, January 14th. Here are my final predictions. I am going to do the top 8 film categories. Let's start with Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are Kelly Fremon Craig, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Andrew Haigh, All of Us Strangers, Cord Jefferson, American Fiction, Tony McNamara, Poor Things, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, and Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. So something that's kind of weird here is that Anatomy of a Fall just won Best Screenplay at the Golden Globe Awards, but it's not nominated in Adapted or Original Screenplay. It is not here at the Critics' Choice Awards. So whoever wins in Screenplay, it's going to be their first big televised prize. And in Adapted, I'm leaning toward Poor Things. Tony McNamara did an amazing job on that script. It's one of the best films of the year. And I'm just not getting the sense that Oppenheimer is going to win much in Screenplay. Same with Killers of the Flower Moon. Sadly, I think Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, and All of Us Strangers are just happy to be here. I would say a win for either one of those scripts would be beautiful in the greatest of ways, but I don't think that's going to happen. I could see Cord Jefferson winning this for American Fiction, even though the film has faded a little bit. Like, I'm not hearing much about American Fiction right now, although I loved it. It's a great movie. This feels like an award that Poor Things can win. It's so dazzling and creative and visionary. And with that film especially, you can really see how the screenplay helped shape that narrative, those characters. My final prediction for Best Adapted Screenplay at the Critics' Choice Awards is Tony McNamara, Poor Things. Alright, now Best Original Screenplay. The nominees are Sammy Birch, May December, Alex Convery, Air, Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer, Maestro, Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, Barbie, David Hemmingson, The Holdovers, and Celine Song, Past Lives. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I would love to see Past Lives win something at the televised award shows, like not just a Critics' Prize that are done behind closed doors that we don't really get to see, like a televised ceremony. The winner is read off as Past Lives, and the writer-director Celine Song gets to go up there, maybe the cast. I would love that. I don't know if it's going to happen this season. I feel like since Past Lives didn't win at the Golden Globes, the best shot for that movie for a win would be at Critics' Choice. But I'm not going to predict it here. Celine Song did not get into Best Director. And so I would love to see it happen. I would say it has a shot to win an original screenplay at Critics' Choice. Like maybe it's in second or third place, I don't know. I just get the sense that David Hemmingson is going to win a lot this season. For The Holdovers, that is my choice right now for the Best Original Screenplay Oscar win. Even though that script wasn't nominated at Golden Globes, I feel like that's going to win at least a couple big prizes, and I do think that's likely going to win here. I would say May, December, Air, Maestro are just happy to be here. They're not winning. Barbie could win. Barbie got lots of Critics' Choice nominations. What was it, 18, I think? Like a crazy amount. And so it will feel weird at Critics' Choice if Barbie ends up not winning very much. I feel like Best Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay here is possible, but my final prediction for Best Original Screenplay at Critics' Choice is David Hemmingson, The Holdovers. Next up is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction, Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling, Barbie, Charles Melton, May December, and Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. This category looks pretty similar to how it looked at the Golden Globe Awards. The only real difference is Willem Dafoe is not here, and Sterling K. Brown made it in for American Fiction. That's a great nomination. I'm happy to see him here, but he is just happy to be here. Sterling K. Brown is not winning this. I wonder if Charles Melton has a shot here. since he was kind of a critics group darling in Best Supporting Actor. He didn't win at Golden Globes. I don't think Charles Melton can win at like SAG, BAFTA, the Oscars. If there was one televised prize he could win this season, I do think it would be Critics' Choice. He might be in second or third place here. Maybe. I'm seeing a lot of people online predicting Ryan Gosling to win Best Supporting Actor at Critics' Choice. Again, Barbie got tons of nominations. So it feels a little bit idiotic to not predict Barbie for like anything in terms of wins in the top categories. I feel like it's gonna win something, so I'm kind of leaning toward Ryan Gosling here. I know Robert Downey Jr. just won the Golden Globe. He might sweep the season. We don't really know yet. It's hard to judge by just the very first televised ceremony. We'll know better once we get to like SAG and BAFTA. Right now, we're just going off of that, but I have been feeling since July, honestly, since seeing Oppenheimer, like this is going to be Robert Downey Jr.'s season, his moment. He could lose somewhere along the way. I do think at the televised ceremonies, if he were to lose one or two, it would probably be to Ryan Gosling. I would put Gosling in second place right now, but my final prediction for Best Supporting Actor at Critics' Choice is Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Okay, now we have Best Supporting Actress. The nominees are Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple, America Ferrera, Barbie, Jodie Foster, Nyad, Julianne Moore, May December, and Da'Vine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers. I don't have to talk too long about this category at Critics' Choice. I think we all feel pretty confident that Da'Vine Joy Randolph is winning Best Supporting Actress at Critics' Choice. That would be very weird considering that she's been sweeping the critics groups for months now, for weeks and months, and for her to not win at Critics' Choice would be the shocker of the night. I mean, all of those performances are very good. The only nomination here that didn't show up at Golden Globes is America Ferrera for Barbie. I don't see that performance winning any major prizes this season. I think she still has a shot of getting in at the Oscars. But a win for America Ferrera would be surprising to me. Same thing with like Jodie Foster, Julianne Moore. Danielle Brooks, for many months, I thought was going to be the frontrunner in Best Supporting Actress. But The Color Purple, as much as I loved it, I really enjoyed that movie, it does seem to be fading a little bit. So right now, I feel like if we're going to get a surprise in Best Supporting Actress, it's going to happen at SAG, not Critics' Choice. I think at SAG, we could have a surprise Danielle Brooks win, maybe an Emily Blunt win. I keep thinking about that year that Emily Blunt was the surprise Best Supporting Actress winner at SAG for A Quiet Place. They really love her. And so if Oppenheimer does extremely well at SAG, Blunt has a shot, I think, of beating out Da'Vine Joy Randolph. But at Critics' Choice, I think it's pretty obvious. My final prediction for Best Supporting Actress is Da'Vine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers. Next is Best Actor. The nominees are Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon, Coleman Domingo, Rustin, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. What a stacked category that is, and not the most predictable one, I would say. I mean, most of us are probably going to predict Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. That definitely feels like the critics' choice this year for Best Actor. Now, it's interesting because I was predicting Bradley Cooper was going to win the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. He lost to Cillian Murphy. And now it's like, am I going to predict Cillian Murphy here and then they give the award to Bradley Cooper? Like, was that going to happen? That would just be shocking to me. Like, that would be crazy. I feel like the critical consensus of Maestro is just so-so. The critics liked it enough, but there hasn't been that much enthusiasm, whereas almost every critic in the world loved Oppenheimer, and especially that Cillian Murphy performance. This is kind of exciting because it'll be the first time that Cillian Murphy and Paul Giamatti will compete in the same category. They won separate Golden Globes just a few days ago. So, I don't know. I think back to last year when Austin Butler won Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama at the Golden Globes. And then at Critics' Choice, they went with Brendan Fraser for The Whale. He, of course, went on to win SAG and the Oscar. So, people are telling me online, like, Bradley Cooper is not out of this yet. Just because Cillian Murphy won a Golden Globes, that doesn't mean a whole lot. It doesn't necessarily mean that Murphy is going to sweep in this category. I mean, there's not just Cooper, there's Paul Giamatti. I think those are the two people who could potentially beat Cillian Murphy along the way. So a small part of me wants to predict Bradley Cooper here. That could happen. But my final prediction for Best Actor at Critics' Choice is Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. And now, Best Actress. The nominees are Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Lee, Past Lives, Carey Mulligan, Maestro, Margot Robbie, Barbie, and Emma Stone, Poor Things. So kind of like how Best Actor is exciting at Critics' Choice because it's the first time we have Bradley Cooper and Cillian Murphy and Paul Giamatti competing in the same category. Now we finally have a category at a major televised ceremony where both Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone are competing together. They, of course, won separate Golden Globes for Best Actress recently. So this is a tough one. This is a tough call because, as I've said over and over, I do think Emma Stone gives the performance of the year in Poor Things. I don't think Emma Stone is out of this, even though she's already won an Oscar for La La Land. Like, she's just so dynamite, so incredible in Poor Things. It would surprise me a little bit if Lily Gladstone just steamrolls this category all the way to Oscar night at Critics' Choice, BAFTA, SAG, and then the Oscars. That would be surprising to me. I feel like Emma Stone is going to win something along the way. I mean, this is a very competitive category at Critics' Choice. I think Margot Robbie has a shot for Barbie. I think Sandra Hüller has a shot for Anatomy of a Fall. What a great win that would be at Critics' Choice. Sandra Hüller. That could happen too. I did think Sandra Hüller was maybe going to win Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama at the Golden Globes after that movie won, surprisingly, Best Screenplay. But ultimately, this comes down to the critics, and I'm feeling the same way about Best Actress that I did about Best Supporting Actress. Da'Vine Joy Randolph has mostly swept the season in that category. I think she's going to win Supporting Actress at Critics' Choice, and Lily Gladstone has won the most critics' prizes in Best Actress. I do think SAG is going to be interesting. I don't know if Lily Gladstone is going to win SAG, especially if Killers of the Flower Moon just can't win anything else in the next few weeks. I feel like Poor Things might be more competitive in other categories than Killers of the Flower Moon, and that might hurt Gladstone, but it's still early in the season, and she has been a critical darling going back months now. My final prediction for Best Actress at Critics' Choice is Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay, 2 categories left. The next one is Best Director. The nominees are Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Greta Gerwig, Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Alexander Payne, The Holdovers, and Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Let's make this one really short and sweet. Even if Christopher Nolan was not expected to sweep all of the televised ceremonies in Best Director, he was always going to win this one. I mean, you could argue Greta Gerwig has a shot. That would be a really cool surprise. I mean, again, Barbie got 18 Critics' Choice Award nominations. They clearly loved it, and so it would be a statement. It would be something kind of cool if Greta Gerwig won Best Director at Critics' Choice over Christopher Nolan, but I don't know. Let's be honest. That's not going to happen. I don't see anyone else winning in this category. I do think this is Christopher Nolan's moment. He's going to win Best Director probably at BAFTA and then finally at the Academy Awards in March. My final prediction for Best Director at Critics' Choice is Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. And finally, Best Picture. The nominees are American Fiction, Barbie, The Color Purple, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and Saltburn. I know I'm in the minority about this, but I kind of love that out of left field nomination in Best Picture at Critics' Choice for Saltburn, one of my favorite films of the year. I mean, it's weird that they didn't give it any acting nominations. That's what's kind of strange to me. Like, why give it that Best Picture nomination if you're not going to nominate at least Rosamund Pike for Best Supporting Actress? But I'm happy it's there. Saltburn is a much better film than I think it gets credit for. It's very divisive. As I said in my Telluride Film Festival review of Saltburn, it was going to be a divisive movie. I wasn't sure if it was going to get any nominations this award season, so to see it get 2 at Golden Globes and then this Best Picture nomination at Critics' Choice, I was like, wow, okay. Saltburn is in the game. It's probably not going to win anything all the way to Oscar night, but just having it get nominated here and there, I don't know, it makes me happy. Now, can anything beat Oppenheimer for Best Picture at Critics' Choice? I don't think anything can. I mean, one last time, Barbie has a shot since it has, technically, the most Critics' Choice nominations. But I feel like if they were going to give that movie a big prize, it'll probably be Ryan Gosling in Best Supporting Actor. He is a close second in that category to Robert Downey Jr. And in some ways, I think having all of these nominees, 10 nominees here at Critics' Choice, in some ways it helps Oppenheimer because there's so many choices. If there is that passion vote for American Fiction, if there are those passion votes for Past Lives and Poor Things, I feel like Oppenheimer at the end of the day is going to get enough votes overall to win this. It won Best Motion Picture Drama at Golden Globes. Oppenheimer is the frontrunner right now to win Best Picture and Best Director at the Oscars in March. And here at Critics' Choice, my final prediction for Best Picture is Oppenheimer. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below, what films and performances do you think are going to win at the upcoming Critics' Choice Awards? Do you agree with my picks? Or do you think I have it all wrong? We'll see you next time at the Awards Contender.